Hey beauties. I was actually just doing this live over in my private Facebook group and I had people coming up. I'm like, I don't have guys in this group. So here I am. Anyway, I'm coming in to have a quick conversation with you about a very important subject, and that is trust. Yes, the T word. This shows up on pretty much every single breakthrough call that I have. A lot of my women that come through soul to soul and work with me, this is one of the biggest things that we deal with. It is scattered all around the planet, this lack of trust. And I just want to share with you some of the characteristics that go hand in hand with being a non-truster. And certainly for me, that was me. It was all through my life. And I didn't realize the degree that it was in my life until I kept seeing it showing up in one relationship after the other. And it gets really fucking old when you just keep ending up with the same guy with a different name. So if you are a non-truster, this is how relationships are going to look and feel for you. You don't trust yourself in the relationship. So when the guy starts to like you, you don't know how to be the real you. You start to get a little bit wobbly and a bit panicky on, oh my God, he likes me. I don't know who to be right now. So you lose your way. Then you slip into overgiving and jazz hands and trying to be a good girlfriend, and you really overcompensate. And that's what really tips the scales, where initially he probably really liked you, but then he's starting to want more, and then your self-worth isn't there, and you start to drop lower and lower and lower in the relationship vibrationally. You start to feel like it's slipping through your fingers. Does that make sense? And the reason that's happening is because your core belief is that relationships don't work out for you. You're always terrified of them coming to an end, and that's what's running you. It's like the fuel that you have in your car is full of fear. It's full of distrust. So you can imagine as you're going down the dating highway, you've got the wrong fuel. It's always going to end up you're going to conk out, right? This car is not going to make it because you do not have the right mindset. You do not have the right belief system. And you are absolutely right. These relationships don't work out for you. Another trait that is with a non-truster is you are insecure. You don't have enormous value for yourself. You look around at other people's relationships and you're like, how come they can get it to work and I can't? There is just no deservability. And so at the end of your relationships, you always feel very hurt, very disappointed, very let down. And what this is all about, where this stems from, is it's your little girl who's incredibly let down, incredibly disappointed, and she wasn't prioritized. She didn't feel seen. And this is coming all the way through your life into today. So you only have to look back at all your relationships to see that there is a very constant theme. And to put, the icing on the cake, often when this guy has ended the relationship with you, he'll go on to the next person and they'll have a successful, happy relationship, which makes you feel even more like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And so you have to know that this is causing you not just a lot of pain in your life, but it is underneath causing you a lot of anxiety. Definitely it is the food for depression, right? It's what really does breed a sense of worthlessness. It is you really questioning yourself, like, why the fuck can't I get this together? But and really it's very, very toxic for you to be going through life not trusting, because what you start to do is you start to separate yourself, right? You start to put walls up and protection up because you don't trust that people are really going to have your best needs at heart. You don't trust that people would actually want to just support you without needing anything back. So you're going through life with all these bodyguards and all of this armor around your heart, and it's incredibly toxic. It's what breeds disease. It's what breeds autoimmune, and autoimmune they don't have a proper label for, because it's something that we cause by what's the word I want to say? By the overstimulation of unhealthy emotions that start to build up in the system. So it's basically like you're in a war against yourself when you don't trust. And, this is one of the biggest things that I deal with in Soul to Soul is once we get the bodyguards down, once we deal with that little girl inside of you who has so much protection around her, you start to connect with who you really are. And you start to get into alignment with being able to receive a relationship where you actually are going to experience intimacy. And I don't just mean sex, I mean true heart-connected intimacy, which requires vulnerability. And vulnerability is you being able to just share who you really are without hiding, without being, having shame about your insecurities. Because let's face it, we all have insecurities. Hey, gorgeous Louisa. So, I just wanted to come in and speak to you to say that there is absolutely no point in you putting yourself out there on dating apps or meeting anyone for as long as you know that you've got these really big trust issues, because you're just going to keep seeing the exact same thing unfolding. And it's never the guy. You're attracting in these guys that don't trust you because you don't trust you. So there is no possible way of actually having that connection that you're yearning for deeply, because it's like you're in the wrong gear. You're not in the trusting gear. It's like you're on the wrong radio station. You're on I don't trust FM, when what you need to move into is I absolutely trust myself, I trust love, and I trust men. But just saying the words isn't enough. It's about going back and healing and dealing with that little girl inside of you, because right now she's the one running your life. She's the one keeping you safe, and she's the one sabotaging every single relationship that comes your way, because she's like, I'm fucked if I'm going to let myself get hurt again. That was too painful. So this is just a video for all my non-trusters to say that this is the biggest block between you and living your best life right now. And not only is it showing up in relationships, but it's showing up with clients, showing up in your bank account, it's showing up in your boss. It also shows up in friendships, and it definitely shows up in your family unit. Until you're going to actually say, you know what, I fucking want to trust in this world. I want to trust myself. I want to trust that love can work for me. Until you're willing to actually deal with what's under the surface, you're only going to amplify the feelings of anxiety that are breeding inside of you right now. And if there was ever a time to knock that on the head, it would be right now, when there's a massive fear storm in the world, where we need our positive mindset and we need to feel good more than ever, because fear breeds fear, and we can catch fear. Believe it or not, it's something that is passed on. Hey, Taj. And that's why this epidemic is taking off at the moment, is because it's a fear virus. So it's for me, I'm very excited actually, because it means that those of you willing to face yourselves, you can literally change your life in this magical time and opportunity we have right now. But if you want to stay in denial and keep pushing down just how much chaos this is causing in your life, you are going to combust, and you will get sick, and you'll definitely stay single or with the wrong guy. So this is really going to be about, are you willing to honor yourself and to get real with yourself and to take the fucking blinkers off and be like, you know what? I do have massive anxiety. I do have a massive fear of letting someone in. I do have massive trust issues. And you know what? I want to fucking solve them right now. All right, beautiful ones. I can certainly help that. But you're the one that's got to fight for your dream. You're the one that's got to put your stake in the ground and say, I don't want to continue living in this bullshit suffering paradigm. And you've got to be done with it. And that's the only way that we can actually change our life, is saying, I want more. And I certainly did for myself. And that's why I have this beautiful family around me right now, because I got so sick of my own bullshit. I got so sick of feeling like shit. And I got so sick of hangovers from trying to numb my life with alcohol. And I used to constantly get, headaches, earaches, tummy aches, and all these kind of aches in my body, because it was my body trying to tell me, you are out of alignment with your greatness, Lucy. You are accepting the scraps because you are in the wrong fucking story. And until you deal with your shit, until you deal with your trust issues, until you deal with your wounds that are paralyzing you at a very deep level, none of these affirmations and positive stuff is going to work. Mwah. Big kiss.